how important would you get this fight back in New Orleans?
I mean, like my whole goal is to like to turn to the franchise. We got the Saints, the Pelicans, and like now, hopefully it'll be Regis Prograis. We had like a real big success last time, and so this time we just expecting like way more. We expecting way more people, a lot, just a whole lot more people and stuff. So, of course it's super important to me, just like I always say. And my whole, my goal now is like to turn to the franchise, just like I said, the Saints, the Pelicans, the baseball team, like the baby cakes and stuff. Like I want to turn to that, just by myself.
So, I mean, how important was it to try to make sure it was here this time? Like, trying to, like, how many hoops did y'all have to go through to make sure that this was?
I don't really know the business side of things. That might be a question for Bernie and stuff. That's like deal with the management and the promoting and stuff, the promoters and stuff. Yeah, it definitely was important for me to to bring it back to the city and stuff like that. They asked me, I think, because last time we had a big success, it was a real nice show, and they said we could bring it back. And then from what I'm hearing, I win this, we can bring it back again, so I'm just, I'm excited about that, but I definitely want to push to, bring it back to New Orleans.
So you should look at the eye, you've been training pretty hard.
Definitely, yeah, I got a little pop yesterday, my training camp is really, really, really hard, yeah, so. Yeah, I got a little something on my eye right now.
Can you take us through what you've done since you last saw you? And the following week you were in Russia for the announcement of this bracket, and what you've done, how much time you took off, and when you started training for this fight.
I actually, for this fight, I started early. I started training camp 2 weeks early and stuff like that. So after, I had a lot of traveling going on. So right after, usually, of course, after my fights, I like to take a vacation. I wanted to stay in New Orleans, but I had to go to Russia. I fought Saturday, and I had to go to Russia on Tuesday. Way to Russia on Tuesday. Then when I came back, I went back to Houston. I bought a house in Houston, and then I barely stayed in my house for like a couple of days. Then I went to Brazil, and I stayed in Brazil for a whole month. And then after that, I came back from Brazil, and when I was out there, I was training like MMA and jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. And so when I came back, I came back to Houston for probably like a week. Then I had to go to LA to start training camp. And so like it's just been real, of course, it's been real busy for me.
What made you pick this opponent, and what you kind of tell us about?
First off, I had two choices. It was between Terry Flanagan and Ryan Martin. And for me, I'm in it to fight the best people. Terry Flanagan is a former world champion. I think he held one like a long reigning British title or something like that. He's tough. He's like scrappy. He's gonna come to fight, and he has a lot of experience. So that's, for me, that's why I picked him. I want to pick the harder fight between Terry Flanagan and Ryan Martin. It was, for me, like the obvious thing would have been Terry Flanagan, for me, because like I said, I wanted to fight the hardest fight, fight the hardest fight first, I guess, and just fight the best, because right now I'm the number one seed, I'm ranked number one in the world, and Terry Flanagan is like basically another notch on my belt. If you follow my record, I've been fighting undefeated dudes for a long time, people I'm supposed to lose against, with Undango, a former unified champion, and so same thing with Terry Flanagan. It'll be another like former world champion on my belt, basically. Ryan Martin, he's a good fighter also, but he doesn't bring the experience like a Terry Flanagan will bring. So I definitely, of course, I never think I'm gonna lose the fight. But coming out of that fight, I think his experience, I can take some of his experience with me into the next fight after that.
What are your ultimate goals as a change of where you want to be through this three-person tournament that you're going through? I'm sure the goals don't change for you. I mean, ultimately, you want to get to this improvement. You're one of the top in the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I mean, this tournament is perfect. It's like the perfect platform because it proves that whoever comes out this tournament is the best 140-pound fighter in the whole world. So and in boxing, it's a lot of belts and title holders and all that stuff, to where you might, like I say, for example, at 147, right above me, you can say you can ask 10 people who is the best at 147, and you might get like 3 or 4 different answers. You know, in this tournament, it won't be no doubting who is the best fighter in the world. It'll be whoever wins this tournament is the best 140-pound fighter in the world, and that's why I entered to the tournament because, you know, because of that, it'll give me that status of being like the number one.
That being said, a little disappointed Ramirez in the tournament.
I wanted Ramirez to be in the tournament, you know, but, you know, they had other options. They got all kinds of other stuff going on or whatever. But I think if he would have entered to the tournament, that would have been definitely, it would have had to be my first fight, you know, but he didn't enter. So, you know, we going after the tournament, if he still has the belt and if I still want to go that route, then, you know, I'll fight him. But, you know, we'll see. I ain't even worried about him right now. I'm worried about this tournament.
Speaking of which, did you watch the other quarter?
I didn't watch yet. I think you watched it, right? I didn't watch yet. I heard who won, so that'll be my opponent, but I didn't watch it. I think it came on like what? It was in China or something like. Yeah, I'm not waking up to watch a fight.
Which fight was this?
Relic and Tronowski.
Right, exactly. And that's the one thing too I wanted to bring up is that Regis was at Jose Ramirez's fight on September 14th, and in Fresno. And to say they gave him a warm welcome, Ramirez's fans would be calling it short. They really enjoyed having him there. They really want to see this fight. Ramirez, should he keep on winning, should Regis come out of this tournament with all the accolades from that, this is a huge, huge fight for after the tournament. No question about it. Regis there's 2 pretty much nationally or internationally known ratings, and it's ESPN and Ring Magazine. Both have Regis at number 1 and Ramirez at number 2. So that's clearly a fight that's on the horizon.
And there's 2 belts you can get in this tournament still, right?
Yeah.
That hasn't changed.
Yeah.
You would have the other.
Exactly.
He has the other.
Rick, what did you kind of learn about yourself in that last fight? You won 8 rounds. Did you kind of learn?
Well, I mean, I know I can do that. You know, to be honest, you know, I can do it out. That's cool, but for me, it wasn't a loss, but it was just like I didn't perform like I should have. Like, so I shouldn't have never got hit as much as I got hit in that last fight. You know, I'm not gonna lie, like I was kind of nervous going into the fight. I ate a little bad right before the fight. Matter of fact, I ate the same thing we just ate last night. I ate a po' boy and some gumbo right before the fight. Not right before the fight, but you know, it was something I wasn't supposed to eat. And like I felt that in the fight. But you know, it's a learning experience. I still went out there, I did a job, I knocked the dude out. You know, it was a good show. But for me, I shouldn't have never like got hit as much as I got hit, especially by like an opponent like that. Not saying he wasn't good, but you know, like the things that I can do, what I know I can do, I should have never even got touched as much as and I should have knocked him out way, way earlier. You know, so but like I said, it was a good show, and for me, it was just a real good learning experience.
Do you think that getting those nerves out of that, you know, fighting in front of the hometown crowd, do you think that's going to help you when you go to face Flanagan?
Yeah, I think it's done now. Yeah, I think it's done. You know, it's done because, you know, of course, I fought here before, but it wasn't on this level, you know. And, you know, I tell everybody the story about, you know, when I walk through a tunnel and that, you know, you see the big screen and it's like all the greats, they all on there. You know, you start Ali, you got Foreman, Ray Leonard, you know, Durant, all these people, they on the screen. And every time I ever looked at that, I was a fan. I was in the audience, you know. And so I was in the tunnel with all my partners and all that, with the Indians and all that stuff. And I was looking at that screen, and at that moment, I was a fan. And then when it went off, I'm looking up, and then when it went off, it hit me like, I gotta fight. Like, it's me fighting. And so it was just like, dang, like I really, you know, I got to, because it was just such a nice show. Like the show was just amazing, you know, like with the whole Indians, the whole undercard, we had the whole, like a lot of people from the city in there, just a lot of celebrities in the house and stuff like that. So it wasn't just a boxing match, it was an event, you know, and like I was the main event, and like for me, it was just like, I was a fan at that moment, but then I had to go in and I had to fight, you know, so I kind of had to, you know, switch my mindset around.
Besides that, what else did you learn from the first go round of doing this in New Orleans, and it was your show, that you're preparing yourself for this time, maybe to do some things a little bit different?
I mean, it was just, of course, don't eat gumbo. Don't eat po' boys and gumbo before I go fight. I'm not gonna do that no more. But as far as everything else went real smooth, you know. And it was just, like I said, it was just the mindset. It was, yeah, that was all. It was just the mindset of going into the fight and, just being kind of nervous, and I think it's done now, and I felt it, I experienced that already, so now it's done. So now, and I felt like last time it was work, you know, it was like work, but every time I fought, it was always fun to me. So I think this time it's gonna be back being fun to me again.
Rich, when you're in town, do you see now that more and more people start to know who you are? I mean, have you noticed a big?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I can't even go on the street without somebody not knowing who I am. We run and people blow at me and all that stuff, and people know who I am everywhere I go. So yeah, I can feel that. Mm-hmm.
You want to have a night like Drew did, you know, a reception like Drew had Monday night, you could, like Drew.
Hopefully I get that one day. Yeah, hopefully I get that one day. Drew Brees the man. Yeah, he the man for that. But yeah, I hopefully get that one day.
So familiar for both of y'all, can you talk me through wanting to go to camp 2 weeks early and starting that process and kind of getting ready for this fight?
Well, for me, so his strength and conditioning is hard, right? So like, as we start camp, we usually just start right with strength and conditioning. So he's sore, his body's hurting, so it's hard to work on the fundamentals. Instead, we went to LA 2 weeks early, and then no strength and conditioning, so worked his feet, and it's made a difference, I think. His feet look so much better, his balance is better, rather than wait till like the last couple of weeks to get his feet under him, so I think it's made a difference.
Yeah, same thing like he said. Yeah, just going out there because people don't realize how hard my training camps are. My training camps are extremely hard. You know, even if I fight 1 round or 2 rounds sometimes, and people are like, oh, that's it. You got paid all that money to do this, but they don't realize like what I go through in the 6 to 8 weeks leading up to the fight, because my body is sore, like real sore every day. Like right now, you wouldn't even imagine how my body feels just right now talking to y'all. So, but going out to LA and for that 2 weeks, and just without strength and conditioning, and just going out there and boxing and working in the gym, like just getting my feet working, all that stuff together, like that helped.
How long is a normal camp?
6 weeks.
6 weeks. So y'all going 8 times.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Bobby, how is, you're only 2 weeks out of this, you've been with Regis for how long now?
Since his 6th pro fight, after
Six
his
pro
6th
fight,
pro,
long,
yeah, long time, yeah.
How his dedication is in training
Same.
camp, how's this comparing as a state skill out?
It's the same. He still thinks like he's not there, so he's got the desire. He's going to keep grinding. He's the same as he was when he first came in the gym. Just he's skill-wise, he's better, but he's mentally, he feels like he hasn't made it yet. He's still hungry.
As his responsibilities, for want of a better word, a day like this though, get more advanced, do you have any concern about, training, like he said, that he's not going to gumbo again?
No, we make adjustments, so we just found out last week that we're coming here for 1 day, so we just make adjustments. We sparred yesterday instead of today, and we'll do our workout, a different workout. So it's just making adjustments, and he's easy. He doesn't let stuff bother him, so.
Good.
Cool.